How many times you were trying to paint a flower, for example a rose, and it just ended up like a blob. Today I will show you how to transform your blobs into beautiful roses. Hi friends, I'm Olga Koelsch, watercolor artist, teacher, book author. Welcome to my studio. So I painting, let's say 3 not really flower looking blobs. You can try to recreate my shapes or just let it go and paint a blob like this. And then you just let it dry. So now you have 3 beautiful blobs, which supposed to be flowers, but something went wrong and you got what you got. I got what I got, but I'm not upset. I know I can still play around with that. What makes a flower looks like a blob is lack of value contrast between lights and darks. Now we have something middle color, not too light, not too dark. That means I can add more contrast with darker colors. If you're curious, that's alizarin crimson I use today, but you can use any paint you like. Preparing a bit bolder mix, you can even grab paints directly from the pen, and I hold my brush about 45 degrees to the paper. I will paint with the very tip of the brush. I move the center of the flower a little bit up. I start to paint C strokes, one around another one, just a couple of C strokes. Now it's convenient to have a second brush. It doesn't matter which brush, just the second brush. We call it the second brush. Second brush will be responsible for water. I have just water in this brush and I slightly dilute. I touch these bold parts, slightly dilute them, and then I switch to my another brush with color, and I will add some longer brush strokes around, trying to bring them all to the center. I imagine that the place there all petals are connected is about here. Bringing all my brush strokes, they can be longer, they can be shorter, to this point. And then I switch to my brush with water and I soften all these sharp brush strokes. I just soften them like this. I can add a bit more of bold color. Don't be afraid to paint right from the pen. If you have watery paper down, it will create these beautiful transitions around. Don't afraid to paint. It's such a fun to paint with watercolor. Now I would like to add more contrast around, so just with my bold mix I'm painting around this shape, adding more and more contrast. But I'm keeping an eye that there should be variety in contrast. Some brush strokes can be bolder, some can be mixed, but my goal is to add variety, not to keep everything the same light or the same bold as before. And this was just one option, how to transform your blob into a flower. This a bit too flat, so I have my watery brush and I soften just one part of this so it wouldn't look that flat anymore. And I can also add brave movements, brave brush strokes around. But I think now it doesn't look like a blob, right? Let's switch to another one. Now let's paint a rose, the top view. Still I have my brush with creamy mix on it, and I will find the center of my rose. Just a piece of advice, always shift it a little bit from the geometrical center. That will add some movement, but not so much, not as we did here. And starting with this stroke, and I will start this time with straight strokes like this, just one to another. First very tiny with the tip of the brush, and then I can add I can slide with the top of the brush, like 1/4. I just slide it. Again, very very brave brush strokes. Watercolor is for brave people. So you just create these brush strokes around, let's say, 1/3 of the blob, like this. And then you can start to add some creativity in the process. For example, combine fine brush strokes with bigger brush strokes. And the more you move outside of the center, the bigger your brush strokes are. So if we started to work with the tip of the brush, when they added 1/2 centimeter of the top, now we can use half of the bristle, for example. That's why I prefer to paint with bigger brushes. You see, brush number 12. It gives you variety without changing brushes. So I just slide my brush like this. What's important that you don't overthink it. You make quick brush strokes. The quicker the better. And as usual, you combine. You did a couple of bigger brush strokes and then you add several thinner ones around this. This is almost done, and you have a look at yours, or what's necessary to add to make it feel more like a rose. Maybe one more big brush stroke, maybe something on the top like this, some division between petals, some nice edge. No need to stick to these straight lines. You can add some wiggling lines around, also good, great for variety. What I would like to do as a final touch, I reload my brush with very bold pink mix and go back into the very middle with my quick straight brush strokes, and I paint it on the top of the rose, adding an extra layer. Not so much. That will add depth and contrast and also some sparkling moment to your flower. So I think we played around this blob. Let's switch to another one. Now I would like to show you a little bit more soft approach, but the beginning is the beginning. I load my brush with bold mix. I start to create the middle. It will be again the top view. Some brush strokes arranging, very small one, tiny one, and then I switch to another brush, watery brush, and as we did here, I can soften a bit. So with the tip of my brush, I just touching the bold brush strokes, and the water will find the way around like this. I can also move this brush. It still has some pigment on it, so I can even create some watery puddles around. Don't afraid of puddles. Then I reload my brush with bold mix, and with the tip of the brush I'm just adding brush strokes, and sometimes they're getting into dry area, sometimes they're getting into soft area. That creates this beautiful variety. I'm switching to my watery brush. To make it easier, you can add a bit of pigment into your watery brush and create bigger brush strokes, almost invisible. The purpose is to create the areas for your rose to flow. You can, for example, just press your brush like this. Don't afraid of anything. Then you switch your brush, and then with the tip of the brush you keep adding these C strokes. They can be longer, but here we did more straight ones. Now I try to make them round and very delicate. I'm painting just with the tip of the brush. All the rest is done by itself, with the paper, with the water. Don't forget to reload your brush. You need nice bold pigment on your brush. And it's very easy to be carried away and forget about reloading your brush. But that's a very important part, because that's what will keep your brush stroke juicy and bold. And at some point it will be enough. With this technique, I recommend you to leave light areas outside untouched and maybe have a look. Would you like to add a bit more of darker contrast, or you happy with the result? Usually it's always nice to go back to the center and add a bit of darker color around the center, very center, like this. Nice and ready. And with wet brush you can soften some areas. On different papers this can work a little bit differently. Don't afraid of that, don't be confused with that. You just make a couple of trials on your paper and you will figure out your best ways to paint roses. Here are our 3 roses. I hope they are not looking like blobs anymore and you had a great time. Thank you so much for painting with me. I hope you found this lesson helpful. Please let me know in comments what would you like to paint next, and see you soon. Bye bye.